Only in Eyewitness News tonight, we've learned the state was warned about a wind turbine being unstable before it toppled to the ground during a storm last month.
We dug deeper into the Salty Brine Beach turbine's history and found that warning went out nearly a year ago. Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen has the details live from our control room.
This tower was built using your money, which is why we've stayed on top of this story. And today I uncovered an email dated May 2016 that shows the DEM was told that there was missing bolts in the tower. And today, within the last hour, the DEM has confirmed missing bolts in the weather were the reason the tower toppled. But they say it's not their fault. After our public records request, the Rhode Island DEM sent us 95 pages of inspections and maintenance records for the collapsed Salty Brine Beach wind turbine. As we reported at the peak of a March 14th storm, wind gusts of up to just 60 miles per hour snapped the $32,000 structure in half. Here it is when it was unveiled in 2010, built to withstand winds of up to 130 miles per hour and paid for with money from your electric bills. We dug through dozens of inspections to uncover what went wrong. I found this May 24th, 2016 email. It's sent by the company that did biannual inspections of the turbine to a redacted DEM official. He says techs noted what appears to be missing bolts in the tower. He suggests a specialist inspect it. The redacted recipient of the email sends it to another redacted official with the letters FYI. The email includes a picture with the words structural concern, missing bolts on the lattice tower. The DEM told us Tuesday the wind and the missing bolts were why the tower collapsed, but they say the inspection company should have fixed it. A spokesperson told me we are holding the contractor accountable and assessing the appropriateness of personnel action on the state side. I called the contractor today and he said he couldn't remember if work was done. As I reported last month, the designer of the wind turbine told me he believed the tower likely collapsed because of a bolt problem. Now, when this tower was first built, it was pitched as cost savings because it supplied electricity. But I also uncovered today in the last 2 years, taxpayers spent thousands of dollars just to keep it functional. I'll have that breakdown for you coming up on Eyewitness News at 6. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.
New at 6, we've uncovered how much it cost taxpayers to maintain the turbine at Salty Brine State Beach, which collapsed during a storm last month.
As we first reported live at 5, records obtained by Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen reveal a contractor raised concerns about the turbine's structural integrity nearly a year ago. Steve
joins us now with more of his findings, which you'll see only on Eyewitness News. Steve?
At its 2010 ribbon cutting, we were told the tower would save taxpayer money by providing electricity. But as I dug through inspection reports to uncover why it abruptly collapsed, I also found taxpayers covered thousands of dollars in repairs to the structure in just the last 2 years alone. Rhode Island DEM released to me 95 pages of inspection and maintenance reports on the Salty Brine wind turbine. During a storm on March 14th, gusts up to 60 miles per hour snapped the $32,000 structure. But as we reported at its unveiling in 2010, it was built to withstand gusts of up to 130 miles per hour. The inspections I dug through reveal an email dated May 24th, 2016 from the COO of the company that inspected the turbine. He says techs noted what appears to be missing bolts in the tower. The recipient of the email is redacted. The DEM says the bolts weren't fixed, blaming the contractor. There's plenty of documentation that shows other problems were fixed in the last 2 years. Repairs to a safety cable in February 2015 cost you $4,550, $5,000 in May 2016 for a biannual inspection, and $1,040.61 to replace fuses last September. The total, $10,590.61 in repairs to a tower that only cost $32,000 to begin with and collapsed just 7 years after it was built. The COO of the contractor only told me today that he has no memory of the problem being fixed and said I should contact the DEM for more. The DEM also told me today they're assessing if it's appropriate to take personnel action with state employees. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.